I'm going to do a quick recording, maybe quick. At least I'm initially thinking it'll be quick. I've been still playing, of course, but I have been doing less recordings because the amount of heat, and I don't have central air, so to do these recordings, I want the place to be quiet, and to do that, I have to close the door, and then it gets hot in here, and I don't know. I'm in a weird situation. But I wanted to do a recording here because I'm noticing more mistakes again, and so I want to point them out, and the usual. Just to preface this recording, my playing style is efficient and effective to maximize the amount of experience that I get from a planet. Try to play it in a manner that will, again, just yield the most experience, and then the more experience you get, the more levels you get in your account, and then also more research points. And if you can do that on top of sample hunting, then that's really good. So anyway, so back to the game. First thing I want to do when I do hit the ground is bring out my radar and just check for patrols. Spawn points, those red dots. Remember, spawn points don't mean the patrols are actually there, but it's just spawn points. Okay, I got nothing. Other people are calling in their stuff, so to be efficient, I'm also going to call in my stuff. If the group decided to move first, then I would also move and not call in my stuff. I chose Demolisher because I do need a solution for tanks, and I figured the Demolisher would be appropriate to try out. We don't really have to fight, we can keep moving toward the objective. It looks like we're doing that. Doing the artillery. I'm gonna start with the... Oh! Gotta watch out for those spawns. Okay.
Reloading! Let's move. Yes.
One more shell. I hear dogs. Once you hear dogs, they already know where you are. So the dogs, once they have a line of sight on you, they will run at you. We do have an exosuit with a cannon on it that can just be used to kill the artillery, anti-air artillery. If you want to destroy the artillery with a demolisher, it has to land at the very base of the artillery right next to it. I can actually try to see if I can blow it up here. Just like that. If it's further away from the artillery, it won't work. But should be able to keep moving here. Go up to the SAM sites. I'm not sure why we're hanging out around here. There really isn't anything here for us. I think the person just realized they wanted ammo at the point when we really should be moving. A little hesitation there, but we're okay. Keep the SAM sites moving. On to the next objective. Still running pretty far ahead at the edge of the screen here, so like I usually say in my recordings, I have to be careful with patrols spawning on top of me, because I'm just always pushing ahead of everyone else. This person wants to do the panel, so if I'm not doing the panel, I'll do my part in defending. I will pay close attention to the spawn points for the patrols, the possible spawn points. The person didn't react to that patrol, so they got their alarm off, unfortunately. Which is a mistake. Gotta kill those patrols. Looks like the suit is dead. We're gonna have to keep moving. Looks like we have a SAM site closest to us, although it's closer to extraction, but we can still do it. Take care of the tank for them so we can keep moving here. That cyborg IFV. Another suit was called in, which... I don't know why he's not getting in the suit. No. Okay, well.
Incoming fire.
He should have actually called the suit when we were doing the truth transmitter, not when we were in transit to a SAM site. When you're in transit to another objective, you want to keep moving. So to delay the group like that, it can be costly. Thankfully it wasn't. I want to keep the SAM site moving. We should be doing the SAM sites, like actually moving into the SAM site area right now. Still another one we should be doing over here. This other player is also trying to keep the objective moving, which is good. They understand the importance of doing the objectives. We are done here. We should be moving down now. I'm at the edge of the screen, so I have to be a little bit careful. So this is an example of them spawning on top of me here. So they got the alarm off, unfortunately. Just be aware of those Vindicator bombs. If you're throwing them, or your friends or your teammates are throwing them, you can easily kill a teammate with it. So it's one of those air support stratagems that definitely can kill your teammates. Okay, extraction is... I don't know if I can reach that there. Yep. Unfortunately, it got its alarm off, but... Okay. I have one more demolisher left, so I might preemptively call in another demolisher here, and then I'll pick it up. We do have patrol spawn points behind us, top right, so I want to be mindful of that. Couldn't kill him in time, so I think he got his alarm off. Just want to be aware of top right. We can see on the map here that they can come top right. Now there's a tank here. Wow. as a whole, despite the mistakes that were made, we weren't punished very heavily by the AI, the enemy, for those mistakes, but those mistakes were still made. They're definitely mistakes. When you're moving from one objective to another, you want to keep moving, and last minute thoughts like, oh, maybe I needed an exosuit, or maybe I need this. You really have to think, do you need it? Is it needed in that moment? The only argument that you can make for needing something in the moment would be either ammunition or anti-tank. Like if you realize your group has no anti-tank. But even then you can kind of justify not doing it. Just get to the objective first, and then call in your ammunition or your anti-tank. But if you're calling in items, and like even if you're calling in, like I would even argue if you're calling in like airstrike stratagems or anything like with air support, even I would argue that's not necessary. You should be moving. You can run faster than the bugs. You can run faster than, well, you can kind of run faster than the Illuminates. It just seems awkward. You shouldn't be doing it.
Hellport launch sequence initiated. Crew to stations. I repeat.
Okay, so they ramped it up to difficulty 11. I saw some anti-aircraft, or anti-air artillery areas that were over top of some of the objectives that we had to do. I need something with high damage, so I'm very quick to think like Scorcher, Suppressor, Breaker. I'll go Scorcher. Now I need anti-tank. I don't know if anyone else is doing it. They're not. I'm gonna get 2 ammos. This is usually my layout here. So I'm gonna have a rough time, I think, with reloading. I don't really know if any of these guys are gonna volunteer to do assisted reload. I need 2 ammunitions for my Scorcher, and when you're in higher difficulty, especially if you have a gun that consumes a lot of ammo, you need to bring ammo. You have to bring it. One's not enough. And I like to call in ammunition when we get to an objective. Even if I'm like sort of low but not completely out of ammunition, if I have a few magazines left and we're at an objective, I will call in an ammunition stratagem. I also need to make sure I have rockets at all times. So you could argue that the strafing run is unnecessary. I have a Scorcher with deals with numbers, that deals with crowds already. It has AoE damage over time with the fire debuff. Like maybe I could have done a railcannon strike instead just to really make sure I have enough anti-tank.
Dropping equipment on its way.
These guys are calling in equipment. I'm going to check the radar. We have some dots below us, so they're going to inevitably come up here and possibly spawn in. I don't know if the game is going to spawn a tank or something else. No one's going to take that satchel up there, so... Okay. When we get to the truth transmitter, I will call in my recoilless rifle while I'm either defending or doing the objective myself. We do have anti-tank for a time with this exosuit, so we just need to keep moving and keep searching around for this truth transmitter. It's up here. There's a tank there, though. An overlord spawned on top left. That indicator bomb was a little close. Oh, someone else is doing it, or I'm doing it? I'm going to call in my recoilless rifle now, and then keep the objective going. Put this guy up. Okay. We have a lot of dots coming. I'm only going to use my recoilless rifle on targets that I can't hurt with my Scorcher, or that can't be shot with primary or secondary weapons. The fire debuff does work on overlords, but I would still use my recoilless rifle on it if I have to. That's a lot of grenades. I am slowing us down a little bit by reloading the rifle. I could maybe not reload the rifle and just rely on the exosuit for the anti-tank. It still has about 50% ammunition in the cannon. I think our next objective would be the truth transmitter. Not sure what this guy's doing. So he's calling in ammunition, but he has 3 magazines left. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you see that that first player has 3 magazines in the breaker. Look how close we are to the truth transmitter. So in my opinion, now we're just wasting time. In my opinion, he doesn't need ammo. I think he's just obsessed with wanting a lot of ammo. 3 is still plenty to get us there. See, and now you can see this snowballing. Now we're in trouble because of this. Because one player wanted ammo when they didn't need it. Now we can be in trouble here. So now we're calling in another exosuit because of this. That's another stratagem in use there. That has like a 180-second cooldown. I'm surprised he didn't die there. So that entire segment was because one player wanted to call in ammunition when they had 3 magazines left on the breaker. So that's a mistake. All we had to do was get to this truth transmitter and then they can call in ammo. That would be much more efficient with time. I don't know what the hell happened there. I think he stabbed his friend. I hate stun mines. I think they're useless. Okay, so we can move on now to the next objective. Looks like someone got kicked because I think that player stabbed him like twice. So I guess he's a little angry from that. But that's the same player, of course, that called in ammunition when they had 3 magazines. But as far as they're concerned, they probably don't think they caused any harm to anyone or made any mistakes. I'm going to try to help him from being chased a little bit. I'm going to try to apply that fire debuff to as many units as I can. When using the scorcher or the suppressor, make sure that your character is definitely aiming at the target and give your character time to turn. The weapon gives you a little slower turn rate than some other weapons. So just be mindful of your turn rate. I made another video on that. So just look in the YouTube channel for that turn rate video I made. It's like 5 minutes long. I'm going to activate this convoy. So this person told me to stop at the moment that I started the convoy. So they're calling in ammunition. Let's see how much ammunition they have in their breaker. Okay, they have 1, so they do legitimately need ammo. They threw it ahead of the convoy, which is what you are supposed to do. So by the time the convoy even approaches the beacon, he should be able to get both. He should be picking up both boxes of ammo, because the breaker consumes a lot of ammunition. I don't want to shoot the dogs because of the AoE fire debuff that my gun has. It might damage the convoy. I'm actually not in need yet of ammunition. So I'll throw a strafing run out in reaction to the alarm. We do have to defend the convoy from the back here now.
Throwing grenade!
If you run on the railing of the convoy, you can run at full speed, so even if it goes through water, you will still run at full speed. So just follow the convoy track if you don't want to slow down or be hindered by water. Looks like we're okay. The exosuit is helping out a lot. So we should now go down toward the other convoy.
Take cover!
We do have some ways away from it, unfortunately. I feel like it's equal distance if we went the other way. I don't know.
Dropping equipment.
We do have some spawn points coming up here below us, so we need to be mindful of that. Okay, so unfortunately the alarm went off. Patrol spawned near us there. I guess we weren't paying attention to the red dots. I know there's one below us that could spawn. I'm always trying to look at the red dots. Remember, when you bring out your radar, you get that first pulse emanating out from your location, and then if you keep bringing your radar out, it'll keep doing the pulses. It's much better than just waiting for the next pulse to come out if you keep your radar open. So I think... Oh. Okay, so the alarm went off here, so I'm not going to touch the convoy. The enemy won't go for it, and I think it's invulnerable, so we can't hurt the convoy. So I'm not going to touch it until this alarm is done. Okay, so this other player is going to actually start it when there's an overlord over here. And also, I don't think the alarm is done yet, so it's vulnerable now with these enemies that are spawning. I'm down to 3 magazines left. He wasn't able to kill that guy in time either, so another alarm went off. I might get in trouble.
Dropping equipment.
He has to get off of the convoy so it can keep moving.
Helldiver deploying to combat zone.
Reloading!
I'm gonna let him grab that.
Throwing grenade!
We are out of cannon, so I need to step in.
Supplies incoming.
I can't reload in time.
Reloading!
I'm gonna keep trying to reload my recoilless rifle, but
Dropping
I can't do it. I have to reload. So we're gonna have some problems because another alarm went off here. Luckily, the player that just came in is also using a recoilless rifle, so we can do assisted reloads. Hopefully they're aware of it. So let's find out. Okay, so he is aware of it.
firing. Perfect. Over. Dropping engine power. Dropping equipment.
No, I don't know what that was.
Request acknowledged.
Tank's not a threat yet. The cyborg eye fleet. Well, it is now. I wasn't going to shoot it until it was more of a threat. Okay. Now we need to actually go to the SAM site. So we have a few ways of killing the not SAM site, the artillery cyborg AA without using the hell bomb. You can do it by recoilless rifle or by the exosuit. Hopefully this player will reload me, or I'll reload them if they're going to be shooting the cyborg AA. Yep, he's going to shoot it. I'm ready. Going to be quick with the reloads because we have to keep moving. He's going to shoot. Oh, okay. Okay, that was actually perfect. That was very good by that player. I did the reloading, they did the shooting, that was really nice. You can see by the assisted reloads just how much time is saved. When one person is reloading, it takes about a second. If you're reloading yourself, it takes about 5 seconds. I don't know where that was from. I think that was at the top of the screen.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound. Supplies incoming. 1 minute 30 equipment on its way. Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment. Firing for effect. Incoming fire. Firing for effect.
We do have a lot of spawn points around us, but I don't know if that player has to just
Hold out.
shoot blindly like that. If he was like a laser gun user, then he should be shooting blindly off screen, but he has a stalwart. I don't know.
ETA T minus 5 seconds.
I feel like we should be able to get out of here. I won't get on until everyone else can definitely get on. Looks like we can, so I'm just going to go on first. We shall be able to get on.
Firing for effect. Over.
Okay. So the assisted reloads with the Cyborg AA went very smoothly. That was perfect. The player with the exosuits as their anti-tank solution was also effective. I felt like they were pretty smart with their cannon ammunition usage. I don't think they were using their cannon on units that could otherwise just be shot and didn't require any type of anti-tank to die. I think they were using the cannon ammunition on some of the Hulks, but I think it's justified. I think with the Hulks that were spawning in, there was enough of them where it would have taken a while to take them down with gunfire, especially with the other enemies that we had to deal with. So I think their usage of the ammunition, their limited ammunition of the exosuit was very smart. So I think they did fine.
Stay here.
Helpful launch sequence initiated. Crew to stations. I repeat, crew to stations.
I'm
Affirmative.
not sure if we're doing another one or not. I think we are, but we're just unsure if this one player is present. Oh no, okay, there they go. I think I want to keep the recoilless rifle, or I could also do commando, Commando helps deal with numbers. Like if we're overwhelmed with a large number of enemies, the Commando is helpful in that. The recoilless rifle does a significant amount of damage on one target. So if he's doing recoilless rifle, maybe I should mix it up. Now, because I have the Commando, should I still go Scorcher? The problem is I don't want something so weak that I can't kill all the patrols. I could still do something like Breaker. I'll just do Ninja. I think I still want a lot of ammunition. We have one person with a railgun with all 4 exosuits for the anti-tank, which I guess is fine. They never used their railgun because they're always in a suit. So then maybe I should... no, we need assisted reloads. Okay. Maybe I should change it then. I think 2 ammos would be too much. Maybe I should go railcannon turret for a defense. So I'm going to be doing a lot of reloading of the recoilless rifle user. And then if things get overwhelming with hulks and such, I can always use the Commando. I was thinking about going rep 80, actually, considering our stratagem choice. That one player has a lot of exosuits, 4 exosuits. But then if I went rep 80, I can't go Commando. I can't do assisted reloads unless I just ditch the Commando and take the rep 80 and keep the support kit. I don't know. So I do have the advantage of mobility in this one, thanks to the Ninja.
Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment on its way. Stand by. Equipment on its way.
And I do have a couple of solutions to
Supplies incoming.
large numbers of enemies. I have the strafing run, as well as the Commando. It kind of makes up for the weak Ninja in terms of crowd control. But I do have mobility on my side when it comes to fighting and aiming and shooting, because it's a one-handed weapon. So when I'm going for patrols, I want to stay outside of their sight so they don't set off the alarm, but I still want to be within range to shoot them. And you can do that with a one-handed weapon. Okay, so Cyborg IFV. And an Overlord. Looks like the suit is a little stuck. Cyborg IFV again. I can reload you.
Reload.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure where we're going. What's over here? I think someone last time brought a UAV. It would be great for this scenario where we have 2 unknown objectives. Unknown in terms of location.
Affirmative.
Do hear dogs. We found one objective. I'm going to start this up. And if you notice, as we arrived at the objective, that's when the player called in ammunition. So that's a very good use of time. Just realized the other player has a knight.
Reload.
we had an exosuit just stomp
Request confirmed.
his teammate to death. Is he gonna pick that one? Yeah. So we're just looking around for this black box. Yeah, that player's questioning the UAV also. 'Cause I thought we had a UAV last time. I guess we changed it out for something else. Thought someone had it. I don't know. It would be great to have. There's a spawn point below us here. It's pretty close. So a patrol could spawn on screen. Seems we found it.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Stop.
Dropping equipment.
So they're calling in ammo after we found the black box, and you notice they have 4 magazines left. You could argue that this alarm went off because we're waiting for ammo. Four magazines should be plenty to get us to where we have to be if you're killing patrols before they sound the alarm. Good thing I have the MD99 auto-injector, so I get my health back rapidly after being stepped on. I think that player just grabbed more ammo.
Roger that.
They definitely like to pick up ammo boxes.
Request confirmed. Request acknowledged.
We are so close to the drop-off point. All we have to do is move left a little bit more. Okay. Next objective.
Equipment on its
Okay,
way.
we're gonna wait for a demolisher. I have 1 rocket left.
Dropping equipment. Repeat. Dropping equipment.
I do need ammo because I have 1 rocket left and I have 1 magazine left.
Equipment on
I'm
its
hoping...
way.
Okay, so that guy picked up ammo again. That player is picking up a lot of ammo. I was kind of hoping that someone else that needed it would actually end up getting it, like maybe the peasant guy, but they do have 6 rockets, so whatever. I do have a spawn point in front of me here. I have to be careful. Yep. Gotta be quick, gotta be quick. Keep the objective moving. If you're not doing the objective, you should be defending. It looks like we're all doing the objective, which is good to me. If you can actually complete it. Not bad. So that was pretty quick. We're already moving. Already moving. A lot of spawn points up here. So that was my fault for hugging the side of the screen again, because I'm so far ahead of everyone. A lot of spawn points around us, especially below. Need to reload him. Need to reload him again. There we go. I'm down to 2 rockets. Can't call an ammunition quite yet. He spawned right on top of me. Take your time with the mines. I know that one player needs help, but I really want to find this mine to get the objective done here. Okay. So he's going to need his recoilless rifle. I'm going to need my commando. Going to help him point it out. And we can move on to the next objective. Complete an objective. Move on to the next objective, complete the objective, move on to the next objective, and so on. I hear dogs. Okay. I think I hear an IFV. Yep, same.
Firing for effect. Firing incoming.
I'm not going to grab ammo just yet until I'm actually finished with this objective.
Stand by.
Actually, that player ended up taking both. We can move on. Oh, they're completely out of cannon.
Down there. Deploying ordnance. Supplies incoming.
Hopefully they reload me. Oh, okay. Okay. I have no rockets left, but I think I can last until we get to extraction, but we'll see. As long as we keep moving. 2 magazines left. And then I will call in my ammunition as long as we keep moving. No rockets.
Roger that! Affirmative!
Yeah!
Sometimes players don't pay attention to the amount of rockets you have or the amount of ammunition you have left in your support pack above the player rectangle at the bottom of the screen.
Reloading!
So mine shows 0 rockets, so sometimes they don't pay attention and still expect you to do certain things when you can't, so I often like to type in the fact that I have no rockets or no more ammo in my bag or whatever else. Just let them know.
Extraction confirmed.
Now I'm going to call in ammo, and I'm also going to call in my
30 seconds.
rail cannon turret. Maybe I'll put it against that rock formation up there, just to keep it a little protected.
Deploying ordnance.
I don't know what my rail cannon turret is doing. It's not shooting anything.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
It's kind of weird. It was just sitting there for a short while.
Throwing grenade!
Oh, that was kind of close to the exosuit. Yeah, it's still sitting there. I don't know why it was doing that.
Reloading!
Equipment on its way.
I'm getting ready to do an assisted reload. Looks like he's not shooting.
Deploying ordnance.
I'm going to wait until everyone else gets on. Or at least until they can. Looks like we all can. I'm just going to get on. We have plenty of time. This player is going to choose not to go on the shuttle immediately.
Incoming fire.
Okay. So that went relatively smoothly. I don't think I really made any catastrophic mistakes. At least I can't remember. I think we did make some mistakes again. We did some things right, however, like waiting until arriving at an objective to call in ammunition. If you're moving to another objective, you want to keep moving. The worst thing you can do is stop. I think there's one more mission on this planet, and then I'll stop the recording. I think my past recordings recently have been too long. Can you prestige at 50? What do you mean by prestige? We have one more mission to go. If they're not going to do it, then I'll stop the recording. If they are going to do it, I'll keep it going for this last objective. I don't know if that means if that's the host. Alright, well, they end up leaving. I think I'm going to end up leaving and stopping the recording as well. I think I've gone long enough. I don't like to go over. I think an hour plus is too much. Do you get anything for it? Not that I know of. But hopefully in this recording you learned a little something. I think I explained myself pretty well. And I'll see you guys in the next recording.